Welcome back to the most news in the morning. It is a once-in-a-decade event. The federal government spending billions of dollars to get a head count for America. The 2010 census should be arriving in mailboxes by March.
That's right. It's a straightforward questionnaire, but one group of lawmakers would like to add just one more question to the form. And as Carol Costello reports, that's where things get complicated.
In a few months, a 2010 census form will arrive by mail at every U.S. household. It will ask, how many people are living in this house? And what is the person's sex, age? What it won't ask is this: are you a U.S. citizen? Republican Senator David Vitter says it should. He's pushing an amendment to force the Census Bureau to add that question to the 2010 census.
It simply says, sure, count everybody, but ask if this person is a citizen or a non-citizen. So we simply know what we're dealing with.
The Constitution says the government must count the whole number of persons in each state. It's important the census get an accurate count because it determines how many lawmakers represent each state. Vitter, who represents Louisiana, says his state is projected to lose one of its 7 seats in the House of Representatives after the 2010 census. He says it's because Louisiana has few illegal immigrants, and states like California have a lot. He says that's not fair.
We don't put the population of France into the count or the population of Brazil. So why would we factor in non-citizens in determining how many U.S. House members every state gets?
Some Democratic lawmakers say Vitter's effort is unconstitutional and immoral.
So we cannot allow lawmakers to use divisive tactics to scare people into not participating in the 2010 census.
It's 1920 and census time in the United States.
Counting all people has long been a struggle for the U.S. Census Bureau. Many minorities, legal and illegal, mistrust the government. This urging minorities to participate came out in the old newsreel days.
Caretaker checks citizens of Japanese extraction, and somewhere else, airborne Chinese population is added to total. Looks like this little fellow would be a bit happier in Hong Kong.
A lot of the forms are
Dr. Robert Groves heads up the U.S. Census Bureau.
Well, would you object to that question on the 2010 census form?
We can't do a census with that question.
Not because he necessarily objects to it, but because 425 million 2010 census forms have already been printed up. Groves says Senator Vitter's request comes too late.
My problem is we have a April 1, 2010 census date. We can't meet that deadline with a change of the questionnaire.
Still, the senator is not giving up, even if it'll cost taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars to add that simple question. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Senator Vitter has talked with constitutional scholars about this issue because, as I told you, the Constitution says the government is to count the whole number of persons in each state. Doesn't say anything about those citizens being a U.S. citizen. But Senator Vitter says the Founding Fathers' intent was to count citizens, and he's willing to make a move to change the Constitution.